And he was hurt. He was actually hurt to see the people tearing up their own neighborhood, just ruining things and actually damaging themselves because they were the ones who got hurt mostly. And this bothered him.
Education is the answer. Know what you're talking about. Be qualified. Be ready. Then you don't have a problem. Be ready. Know what you're doing. You know, in Augusta, Georgia, I used to shine shoes on the steps of a radio station, WRDW. But today, I own that radio station. You know what that is? That's black power. It's not in violence. It's in knowing what you're talking about, being ready. Now, I say it to you because I'm your brother. I know where it's at. I've been there. I'm not using from imagination. I'm talking from experience. Let's live for our country. Let's live for ourselves. Please go off the street.
The reason that he went on the line in Boston and in other cities when King died is because, one, he felt it was self-destructive, but two, he said this is disrespecting what this man believed. It was almost like, whether I believe in nonviolence or not, you can't scar this man's memory. And that was what was a motivating force for him, is don't associate violence with this man who tried so hard to be nonviolent.
In the week following his Boston concert, Brown helped calm black citizens across the country. That Thursday, his name was read into the Congressional Record in gratitude for his work. Those in power now felt the need to court Brown.
He told me that he first went to a White House dinner, and the Secret Service came over to him and said, the Vice President would like to speak to you. And he told him, well, I'm not going over to him like a little boy. Tell him to come over here. The Secret Service guy kind of looked stunned, and Mr. Brown had to way of looking at you to let you know that I'm serious. So when they realized he wasn't just saying something, they went back over and said something to the Vice President, and Mr. Brown said that Humphrey looked across the room at him and laughed, and they got up and met halfway. And he liked that. He said Humphrey understood me, he respected me.
What had happened in Boston changed everything for James Brown in 1968. In the wake of Dr. King's death, he found himself front and center on the national stage. On June 4th, Brown sent a colleague to tell Robert Kennedy that he planned to endorse him for president.
My thanks to all of you, and now it's on to Chicago and let's win there.
Within minutes, Kennedy would be assassinated. At that moment, Brown was on a plane with his band bound for Vietnam. He would be the first black headliner to play there.
When he decided to take his band to Vietnam, he was fairly surprised by the reaction from the liberal progressive community, both white and black, who said association with the Vietnam War effort is an implied association with this imperialist project of the U.S.
He heard the criticism, and he went anywhere. There are soldiers over there that come out of his community, and his thing was, whether I agree or you agree that they should be there or not, they're over there. And their lives are on the line, and they got a right to be entertained just like the white soldiers that see Bob Hope. And I'm going to go over there. And he did it at his own cost, and he did it with his own life risk. I mean, they were at war. He went in a war zone now. While people sit around debating here, he went in a war zone now.
In late July, Brown campaigned in Watts with Hubert Humphrey, endorsing him for president.
You want to hear from James Brown? I want to hear from James Brown. All you that want to hear from James Brown, say James Brown.
We had a little problem with the Black Panthers because they said that Mr. Brown was a capitalist.
They called him SOLD, S-O-L-D. Brother number one, that hurt him.
That summer of 1968, James Brown was under a lot of pressure to prove that he was of the people, that he wasn't a supporter of government policies in Vietnam, that he was not some sort of sellout or Uncle Tom or lackey.
We're sitting there watching television, and there was some black-on-black crime going on. And he sat there, he said, Mr. Bobbitt, we're having trouble with the Black Panthers. They don't want to believe we're real. And look at this. He says, why don't black people love each other? Why can't black people respect each other? Why can't we have pride?
James Brown's I'm Black and I'm Proud was an affirmation of self-respect. And it was a challenge to others to respect themselves and to respect him.
Brother, we can't quit until we get our share. Say it loud. Say it loud. One more time. Say it loud.
Everybody was trying to think of what to say about Martin Luther King getting shot, about the situation in America, the civil rights movement. Everybody just wanted to know how to capsulize it. And so when James Brown said, say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud, that said it. That's it. So when he said it, everybody hollered back, I'm black and I'm proud.